we've been talking about, it's kind of hard to believe, but really school is just about ready to start for students across the state. There are some things that parents can do now, though, to make that transition back to class a little bit easier for the kids. Joining me today is Dr. Alexander Hamling, a pediatrician at Pacific Medical Centers. Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Now, if you have a child who's just about to start school for the first time, kindergarten, maybe first grade after doing half-day kindergarten, what can parents do to ease their nerves?
Certainly, yeah. Parents definitely get themselves worked up quite a bit.
Maybe more than the kids, you think?
Probably more so. So I often tell my parents is the first thing you need to do is really mentally prepare yourself to say, goodbye, have a great day at school. Other thing to kind of help ease that burden for the kids is sometimes go for a walk with them to the bus stop, to the actual school, or see if you can set up a meet and greet about a week or so before school starts, so that way their child gets used to the routine and kind of the timing, so it's not as shocking to them.
So when your 4 or 5-year-old gets a little nervous, that's very normal, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah. Always take that time and kind of ask them, how did your school go, or how do you feel about this?
Okay. If you have older kids, getting back to that school routine and that daily school schedule, it can kind of be tough after a summer of sleeping in and staying up late. What advice do you have for parents who want to make that go as smoothly as possible?
Start early and be consistent. Think about 1 to 2 weeks before school starts to really start to ratchet back their bedtime routine, about a half hour each day, until you find that right optimal time where they can still get up at the right time in the morning, they can still eat their breakfast and out the door onto school on time.
When you say start early, I mean, how many, should they be doing this now?
With school starting soon after Labor Day, I would say now's a good time.
Okay.
And then one of the things I would definitely recommend is don't have that last sleepover just before school starts. That's really going to throw off their schedule probably for another few days as school gets rolling.
So don't really be in vacation mode right up until the school starts the next day. Okay. How do you encourage good behaviors like getting your homework done on time, getting your regular physical activity, exercise, and eating right, that kind of thing?
So I always think combining physical activity with family time is definitely important. So definitely take that time with your child, go for a walk with them, and that's a perfect time to also ask them how school went, ask them what other homeworks they need to complete on time, and that'll both help the family and the child prepare for kind of that late afternoon and evening time to make sure that all the homework gets done, that they've spent at least a half hour outside every day enjoying the sun.
Parents with older kids might think they've been there, done that, they know how this works, so sometimes they're kind of hands-off. Any advice for parents with high schoolers out there?
Use dinner time to ask your kid what's going on. That is going to be, a world of information. Kids can express stress and depression in many different ways, and so just by talking with them and listening to them, sometimes you can really avert some of those other necessities. When
you go back to school, sometimes kids are often exposed to a lot of germs, back to school colds, really. How do we deal with that? It's inevitable.
It is inevitable, certainly. Good hand washing after bathroom use and before meals, as well as eating well-balanced meals with plenty of fruits and vegetables and a good multivitamin. It's really going to make sure that their immune system is at top functioning. So if they do get a common cold, they'll clear it quicker.
So don't get overwhelmed. There's still lots of time before first day of school.
Definitely.
Dr. Alex Hamling, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Appreciate those tips.
Thank you.
Coming up.